All right. So, welcome everybody to our Ali Spring workshop, Near Death and Spiritually Transformative Experiences. And today we have a wonderful guest that I happily met her at the IONS conference last year, and she was a speaker there on a panel, and it was a wonderful presentation that she gave. And today we're going to get to hear her whole story. Or most of it anyway. So I would just tell you a little bit about Purnima. All right. So Purnima Sinha has been trained in ultra transcendental meditation oh my goodness. Sorry. Surat Sabad Yoga from Daya Agra, India. And I know I messed that up and I apologize. Okay. Purnima practiced meditation for over 50 years, and she comes from three generations of meditators. Purnima has certificates in lifestyle medicine and meditation and psychotherapy from the Harvard School of Medicine in Boston. And Purnima has presented in IANS conference a few times, including ADC, after death communication panel discussion. She has a part in spiritual counseling healing circle for private sessions and given workshops as well. Purnima has been researching consciousness study over 3 decades. And so I want to introduce you to Purnima and welcome her to our group. Welcome, Purnima. So nice
Thank,
to have you here
thank,
with us.
thank you. Thank you so much for this space. I'm very, very grateful to you and everyone who's listening to this conversation. And I truly, I cannot say believe, but I know in my heart, or every one of us is, learning and teaching and helping each other. And my goal, that is my goal to begin with.
Wonderful. So if you want to just start where you're comfortable with your story and how things kind of evolved and opened up for you in realizing your life's work and what type of spiritual influences you had along the way and anything that you feel is pivotal or important to your journey that you want to share with us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Since childhood, actually, I was very curious about death. But again, when we are children, we don't have language. And I was also very intuitive. Like I could feel the presence, I could hear the message. And my father is like that. So that even though I remember when I was probably like between 7 and 10, or maybe 6 and 8, I don't remember exactly. I knew that I will not live in India. That time I didn't know about the country, but I knew that I'm going to go very far from here. So I came to this country in 1980, 81. So I was very young, 20-year-old. So, and my mom is a teacher. She was a teacher for 40 years. But age 35, I started, how do I say it? I started uh, feeling that I have no childhood memory with my mother. And that bothered me. So, so when my parents came in this country, third time, 1997, I sat with them, especially with my mom, and I complained the whole thing that why I don't have any memory with you. Every mother has, loved their child. You never said you love me. So all kind of complaint I had, I told her, and she listened very carefully, and she said it's not true. So when she said it's not true, I got more mad actually that she never acknowledged it. So that went, after that. But year 2000, we were visiting in India, and my mother was very pessimistic. She was very well educated, but she was very much afraid of death, even though both of my parents were very spiritual. And both of them taught us from the childhood that we are here to serve others. We are not here to gather stuff. So always do service, always do volunteer work, which they always done. And we are from Diyalbagh, Agra, India. So I was trained in ultra transcendental meditation. It has a university. If somebody wants to check it out, they can go to their website, and they have books. I think all the League school colleges, they have book here about that, how, not how to do it, but they give you all the detail about the science behind it. So I was trained in that, but my parents never told us what to do. Just my father said to remember the word, we chant, and, the trust universe and have faith. That's all. So what happened when I went year 2000 to India, my mother is very pessimistic. So she said, next time you will come here when I'm dying. And so I said, whatever, you always think, negative stuff. So, and she even said, take all the pictures you want from the album. So I took some, but never realized what she said, that, when we are young, we don't realize a lot of stuff our parents said. So what happened year 2002, August, is she started getting sick in June. So she was getting sick in June. So I wasn't planning to go, but I knew that she's getting sick. So one day I called during my birthday time, and she could not recognize me on the phone. And I really lost it that time. I was screaming, crying that she does not know me, what happened. So my husband and me, we went to India. And I knew that she was very scared of that. She used to tell me that I don't know what happened during death. And she was worried about me because I'm the baby in the family. So she knew that I will be so far away from her if I be able to come, if something happens to her. So I went there and I told her that I'm here. Don't worry about it. Let's go home. So doctor sent her home after a week later. So when she came home, she had the pipe through the nose because she was so fragile, she could not able to talk at all. But she had a sense that I am. She remember. So she was there. We transferred from hospital to our home. My father was there, and my father saw her in that condition. None of my parents never got sick, so they never went to the hospital. So it was really foreign to my father when he saw my mom in that, with the tube and everything. He got very upset, and he said, just remove her from here. So we said, no, we cannot do that. So, and when I saw my dad was getting so sad looking at her, they were 84-year-old that time, 83 and 84. So when I saw both of them in that situation, I was crying like a child, literally weeping like a 4-year-old. And my brother was there, and my brother was kind of telling me that everybody go through this, so why you are acting like a child? So one of the family member was in the room. So my father was intuitive, but again, at that time, I didn't know. And my father told that person to remove me. He said, remove Purnima from here. Because of her, she cannot die, my mom. So when I heard that, I was so shocked that what did he say, that she cannot die because of me? So all of a sudden, literally like a switch of a flip of a switch on and off, I stopped crying. Literally. Next moment, next second. And all of a sudden, I remember I was late teenager, probably like between 16 and 18. That time, I don't know what the conversation was about, but she was telling me that time that when I go, don't make fuss because the soul wants to go back home, and you let that soul let it go with prayer and everything. If you cry, scream, my half of my like soul is pulling here and there, and it cannot go freely. So let me go peacefully and do this, all this stuff she told me. So all of a sudden I remember, I recall everything. So I started sitting next to her and praying. and doing all the chanting, all the prayer and the satsang. We grew up in that environment. And I will ask her that if you can hear me, that show me some kind of sign so you can hear me, because she was not able to talk much, very, very, very fragile. So very hard, like work hard, and she put her hands together like this. So I knew that she could hear me. So one day I was sitting between both of them, my mom and dad, and we are talking. Me and my dad is talking, and my father asked me, "What day is today?" So I said, "Today's Thursday." So he paused for a second, and then he said, "Sunday she will be gone." So I was again so shocked. I said, "What did you say?" So he said, "Sunday she will be gone." And my mother heard it. So very soft voice. They were married for 57, 58 years. So my mother heard it, and she said it in very soft voice to my dad that, "Are you being smart again?" So I started laughing. I said, "Mom, that means you're hearing all the conversation, everything." So that day was Thursday, and I was doing chanting, I was doing all the prayer work, everything next to her. And I knew that I had some unfinished emotional stuff with her, because I used to complain to her that you never loved me. I'm a third child, so I said, you love my sister, you love my brother, but you never loved me, because I have no memory with her childhood. But my father told me why this happened, because she had some of the stuff the family did not tell her during her pregnancy with me. So she did not know some of the stuff. So when I was born, she was in kind of little bit depression. So my older sister was taking care of me and my dad. So I knew that story, but I never paid attention when they told me in 1997. So I think it was maybe like a day before or 2 day before, I put my right hand on her heart and left on her head like this, and I told her that you can leave very peacefully. I love you, and I know you love me, and I have no grudge with you. Everything is good. I will be fine, and you will be fine. Just follow however you feel like it. Just go peacefully. And literally, I think either next day or following day, or day after following day, she passed. But what happened when I said the last word to her, good night and Radha Swami, that's the word we use. I didn't know that day is the last day. So she said, like she responded that. So the next morning, yeah, this happened like a day before. So the next morning, I went to her to give milk to my dad, and I peed next to him, and he said, "She is gone." So again, I was in shock that he did tell me that, and my family, my brother there, that she will be gone by Sunday, and she did pass on Sunday. But in my mind, when she was sick, when I was doing prayer with her and asking, her to forgive me, doing all the complaint and, all the stuff, between us, we were very good had very good relation when I was older. But since I didn't have the childhood memory, I was kind of little mad with her. But again, today, after 22 years, I think the whole thing is planned in my view, because the soul wants to learn the lesson. So when she was dying, I was literally looking at her, and the doctor came to declare the body is gone. I'm looking her body, and I'm telling her in my mind that you are my mother, so you better tell me what happened when we die, because she was so scared of death. Now I'm speaking with a smile, but I was going through so much grief. I cannot I cannot even say in word how much grief I was feeling. And I felt something came from her to me. I still can feel it, but I had no idea what is that. So I felt it. That's the only thing I can say, that energetically I felt something. And this after death communication, ADC, started right away, literally next day. And again, today I'm saying ADC, but I did not know the language till I find IANDS 2013, I believe, with Bill Guggenheim, watching the video Hello from Heaven, because I was going through so much grief. So I did not know the language. I knew my feeling. I told my kids all the after death communication, but I didn't know anything about the subject, that has been researched and this has a language. So literally she was coming next like right away. ADC started and I was feeling her presence. I can feel her smell. I can see her, uh, like giving me comfort, not physically see her but sense her. And I was in so much pain. I think I stayed in India for 15 days and I was crying so much and I would not able to sleep. So my flight was after 15 days. So in India in August is a monsoon season time. So all the time thunder and lightning. So where I'm from, Ranchi to Delhi, was like only one flight in the afternoon. And most of the time, every date was getting canceled because of the thunderstorm. And I'm worried about my younger son, who is going to ninth grade here, and my older son was in college. So people are saying you cannot, go because your flight is being canceled all the time. And I am getting worried and I'm sad. I'm grieving. I'm grieving for my mom, grieving for my dad. My physical body is getting tall, so I'm not feeling good. My blood pressure was dropping, but I did not tell anybody. So going through so much, and I was literally talking to my mom that I came here for you, so you have to take me back home because my younger son needs me, so I have to be there. I have to do my responsibility. So the day I have my flight, in the morning, it was raining in the night, but in the morning, the sun came. It was completely sunny, no thunderstorm, no rain. Got my flight perfectly fine, went to Delhi. And then in Delhi, I got again very sick. I think I was getting anxiety attacks. So the doctor wanted to give me medicine, but I didn't want to take medicine because I never took medicine. So I didn't know how I'm going to react. So again, from Delhi to Switzerland, Switzerland to America, the flight was long, 12 to 16 hours, and I had a layover, 10-hour layover in Switzerland. So I even could not process that how I'm going to reach home. I was so tired, mentally and physically, emotionally drained. So I had her shawl with me. And when I was in the flight, I had the shawl with me all the time. And I felt her hand on my right shoulder the whole time I was traveling. I felt her presence, I felt her energy, and I reached home safely. So I knew she was guiding me, she was helping me. And even when I came home, I felt her presence at least 3 to 6 months. And I was never afraid. I was never uncomfortable. I just knew she is here to help me to get back to my routine because I was working full time as a graphic designer. So I was taking care of family, working full time, with all the kids and stuff. So really busy life that time. So 6 months, she literally hang around near the kitchen and family room area to give me comfort. And I always tell my both son that I felt her presence. But now they are older, but none of my family member is interested in that sense. And other thing I promised her when she was getting old, she will tell me that nobody come and talk to us because I guess everybody's life is busy. So even though everybody is doing their best, so I made promise to myself, did not tell her, did they made promise to myself that one day I'm going to talk to old people. And for my mom, being one person in the family, being a doctor was very, very huge. That was her biggest dream because she wanted me to become doctor. I did not. So my son became a doctor. So when I told her when she was dying, I was telling her that please hang on one more year because my older son was going to medical school. And she said, no, she will tell me that he already is a doctor. Don't worry. So when I was working, part of my salary was supporting my son going to the medical school. But I just knew that, this is my part of my job. Again, I didn't have the language that time. So the day he got the degree from the medical school, I was telling at my work that one of my job is done. I don't want to work here anymore. I want to work in a hospital. I don't know why I was saying it, but I was saying every day. And people were asking me, you don't want to support your other son? I said, no, he will be fine, but my job is done. So I want to work in the hospital. A month later, almost, I got laid off. So I was so happy that now I can do whatever I want. But the universe is so amazing. We can call God, we can call, I don't know, in my opinion, God, God, is goal of divine. So when I came back home, 2008, I started uh, working as a volunteer in the hospital. So my younger son, who was with me in the hospital, putting the application for the volunteer, I told him that one day, my dream job is to teach meditation because I come from that background and I always wanted to share the benefit of meditation. So I started working there in the hospital. And when I will enter the hospital, like maybe 5-minute walk, there is a chapel, beautiful chapel. So every time I will cross the chapel, I get very happy. And I did not realize why I'm getting happy. But it's a long story. But after a year and a half later, they approached me to teach meditation there. But how it started is another story. So I don't know how much do you want to hear this or do you want me to continue? You are on mute, Catherine.
Continue for me. Continue.
Yeah, wherever you want to continue, Purnima, whatever you feel is best.
Okay. So I started working as a bariatric patient, helping them. So I was taking them to the, wherever they needed to go from the pre-op. But the voice was keep saying that you have to see patient. And I'm very intuitive, and I think the gift I got from my dad to listen and follow up. So a couple of times I heard that you have to see patient, and I'm telling myself that I am seeing the patient because I'm seeing bariatric patients. But the third time I heard, I went to some of the people who are kind of, they speak the same language I do because you cannot talk to anybody about this kind of thing. So they guided me. They said, okay, go to the luncheon tomorrow they are having for the hospital volunteers and ask them. So I went to that luncheon and I asked them that I want to work with patients. So they asked me, "Oh, you want to work as a patient advocate?" So I said, "I guess I don't know what patient advocate is." So they did my background checking because I'm going to see patient one to one, just like a doctor. So they cleared my security and everything. Everything was fine. So I started working as a patient advocate. And when I started as a patient advocate, the voice got quiet. So I knew I was in the right place. So when I started this job, the volunteer coordinator, they train us a lot of stuff that you cannot, for the privacy purpose of the patient, and you cannot touch patient, you cannot hug patient. or you cannot even, the people you know, they are in the hospital, you cannot even say hi to them unless they tell you, they say hi to you first because of the privacy. And they told us not to go in cancer unit because cancer unit patient are sick, they don't want to talk, so you don't ask them how are you doing and everything. But again, how universe work is absolutely breathtaking. I cannot even, anything I say here today is nothing about me. I have complete gratitude to this universe or God, how this journey completely turned around. Only thing I did listen to my guidance and intuition. So that day, that particular day, they have 3 floors, all the different units. So that day, particular, I went to that unit and I saw the nurses station, and I saw very graceful one lady. She was crying, she was sobbing. So I went in there and I said, "Can I give you a hug?" And she looked at me and she hugged me and she said, "You came here just in time. My husband just died." So when I heard that, the nurses told me that is a cancer unit. So I made a promise to myself that I'm going to see the cancer patient first when I do the rounding, and then all the other units. So I went to the coordinator, patient coordinator, and I asked them that, can I see the cancer patient because this happened today. So she said, if you are comfortable with that, that's fine. Because lot of people cannot handle the sadness, so they don't want to do the volunteer work there. But again, the universe, my husband's older brother died more than 30 years ago with cancer. And I was there when even he was passing. And again, I was praying in my mind and my heart that I hope I can help somebody with cancer, because we could not able to save him. And that time, it was like not researched that much, 36 years ago I'm talking. So all the patient got close to me was cancer patient. So I knew his guidance as an angel, or however we can phrase it, doesn't matter, was helping me to do this work. So what happened one day is 2 main story how I started teaching in the hospital and in the county, which they created job for me, literally, because I had no background in hospital work or anything. So one day I was visiting one of the patient, and she was sleeping. So her room was completely dark. So I just went in there, I peeked, I saw that she's sleeping. So I said, we usually leave card that I came to visit you. So I was just leaving the card. And I was saying, I hope you feel better. I said very gently. So as I was leaving the room, I heard the voice, and her hand was over her head like this. And she asked me, "Do you know how to stop the mind?" So when she said that, I came back, and then I started talking about, not meditation, but how meditation help. So giving some knowledge about books, which books to read. That time she was awake, but she didn't want any light on, so she was talking to me in dark. So I was giving the information and everything. So she said, I said, you can watch it on YouTube, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Dr. Marianne Williamson, and a lot of, spiritual teachers. So she said, I do not have TV. So I was wondering, I said, these days, I'm talking about like 16, 17 years ago. So I said, everybody have TV these days. How come, she does not have TV? So she said, no, I lost my job. So we don't have internet and we don't have cable. So we don't watch anything. So I said, okay. What happened? Like a few minutes later, a gentleman walked in the same room I was standing. Again, my voice said to shake hand with that person. which, I don't know why, but I did shake hand with that person. And when I shook hand with him, the voice said, "You have to help this person." Again, I have no idea who this is, but the voice said, "You have to help this person." And I'm listening to that. So then we started talking, and then later on, he told me that that's her husband. He was quite young, younger than her, probably 15, 16 years younger. So he looked, much, much younger than her. And he said that he lost his job. So I was like, it was sadness that he does not have job. She does not have job. They don't have TV. I'm asking her to read. She wants to know how to quiet the mind. And they don't have only one car. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm going to do. So every Wednesday, I was doing this rounding. So when I came back home that day, my husband works for the corporate. It's a big corporation, 8,000 people. So, and he was in, high position that time. Now he's retired. So when I came back home that day, I, I just literally blindly asked him, you have to find job for this person. And I didn't know why I said it, but I did. So he smiled at me and he said, I work for the company. I don't own the company. And we all know how, when we look for job, especially in the corporation, it has to match your resume. Then they have to process with the human resource. So it takes like months, at least 2 months, at least 2 months. So I said, I don't know anything about that, but you have to find something for this person. So he said, I cannot do that. I just work there. I don't know anything. But I had the phone number, so I called this gentleman. I said, "Can you send me your resume or something?" So he went to the library and sent me the resume. So I sent that resume to my husband, his email. The beauty of it, how the universe works. There is no way I could do all this orchestrate this part. There is no way. That's the amazing story. So this was Wednesday. Thursday, he gave me the resume and I sent it to my husband. Friday, my husband called me in the morning from the work. He said, send that person to my work. I will take an interview. So I called him. I said, go to my husband's job. They have an interview for you. This was Friday. So he went there. His resume does not match the qualification, what they are looking for. So they did the interview, not my husband because he was in the good position. So I think whoever was the in charge did the interview, and it did not match. So I think then Monday he goes to Rockville, Bethesda, somewhere, his boss meeting. So he went to his boss, and his boss is asking, did we hire anybody for this position? And my husband said, no, we are looking for people, but we cannot find anybody. But one guy came on Friday, but he has no match. So again, in the corporation, my husband's boss has to get approval, first of all, to get the resume lined up that is he qualified. And then he has to go to the Denver corporation for the human resource to get the background checking or whatever they do. It takes 2 or 3 weeks. So my husband's boss, he said to my husband that whoever came on Friday, he said this guy. So he said, just hire him. And my husband is just looking at him. He said, hire him? He does not even match. He said, doesn't matter. Just try him. So he said, okay. So this happened on Monday. And then Tuesday, he got the call from the corporate office that everything is good, hire him. So Tuesday night, he got the phone call, the person, my patient's husband, that come to work on Wednesday. So he got the job next Wednesday with completely total stranger corporation job. So, and my husband came back home on Wednesday and he does not believe in all this thing. I always believe. they're the higher power and we don't do the work, they do the work. And he said, so he came home and he was in so much shock. He was saying, I don't know what is happening, but something is happening. So this strange person, which I had no idea, had a full-time job, good job, a week later. So it's like a divine intervention. So when I told this story to the chaplain in the hospital and the people who I worked with, they were all older than men, older gentlemen, about the patient advocate job, this volunteer work. The hospital found out the story and they approached me. They said, would you like to teach meditation here? And that was my dream job. So now this story gets more but interesting. So anything to do with hospital, I think everybody knows. First, you have to have a funding to start some kind of program. So the hospital wanted to start some program about the meditation. So they need medical journal documents that meditation help, even though they all know as a doctors, but they need to have some medical journals, articles to submit to get the grant, to start the program, all kind of thing. So long story short, my son who became a doctor, I asked his help. So since he's a medical doctor, he provided me all the articles from the medical journals, how meditation helps in the sickness and healing purpose. So I submitted all those things and I had meeting with 14 or 15 doctors many times before they started this program. And I was still doing volunteer work there. But year and a half later, they started this program for the staff, for the cancer unit, and for the other patients. But meanwhile, this story happened, divine intervention. The second story also played a huge role for me to start the teaching meditation there. So this lady, again, the last one was she was also a cancer patient. This lady, I was visiting in the room, and again, I'm asking her, she asking as a friendly question, how are you? She said, I'm very weak, Purnima, and I'd like to find out, more about cancer. She told me she had cancer, and she was very fragile, like 35-year-old young woman, very, very soft, beautiful young person. And doctor gave her literally, I think 6 months or 1 year to live. So she knew she's not that have much time. So she said, I would love to get information you're telling me, but I have no energy to do that. So what I did, a Course of Miracle book and a book from Marianne Williamson, Return to Love. I will read chapters and I will make summary each week and I will send it to her in the email. So she will read in the email about the summary. And that was helping her. So I had encounter with that same patient 7 times going to the hospital, because every Wednesday my rounding. So she will come back maybe twice a month, 3 times a month. I don't know, but I will see her. So she got kind of close to me. So she started telling me all her stuff. So when she knew that, her time was coming, she will tell me and she will show me, ask me to visit her home, which, you're not do that. We don't do that. But again, she asked me, so I went her home, and on her laptop screen, she has a picture of a gentleman who's wearing a blue shirt and a yellow tie. So she told me that I'm looking for this person. This is my dad. I have never seen my dad. I have never met my dad. When I think she was conceived, only one time I think her mother had an affair with some married men, and that gentleman was married that time. So he never came to acknowledge her. So she was very sad that I never knew my dad and I've never met her. I just want to meet him before I die. So she will somehow, and he was a pretty known person, so she found out the phone number, and she said, Purnima, can you call him and let him know that I just want to see him. So I got the number and I called to that gentleman. I left a message that she just wants to see you. She doesn't want anything from you, just wants to see you. So no phone return. Again, I try one more time. Nothing happened. Third time I try, I said, I usually, whenever I do anything, I do 3 times. And I said, if the universe want, fine. If not, that's fine too. So let it go. So the third time I left a message, I think maybe a week later, or I don't know, a month later, not month later, I think sooner. That gentleman heard my message. And one day I was visiting the hospital and came back. I saw her. I came back home. She was very weak because she had bone cancer. So she was wearing collar on neck, on the chest, on the back. All the bone was cracking, very, very sick. So, and she was in morphine many times. So she will doze off, then come back and talk to me. So that day particular, I called and she picked up the phone. And she said, Purnima, you will never believe what happened. I said, what happened? He said, my father came to visit me after the visiting hour was over. So I was so happy for her. So she said he came so quietly. Her room was dark because it didn't have the light on that time, I think 9 o'clock. And she took the picture because she had the mobile, and she took the permission to ask, her dad to do that. And when he came to visit her, guess what he was wearing? A sky blue shirt and yellow tie.
Wow.
I'm getting goosebumps all over. It was, and this gentleman have no idea. She had this laptop screensaver of that, his picture with this outfit color.
Wow.
So again, the hospital find out, and they gave me award that Purnima went beyond her volunteer work to find her father, and he did come to her cremation, and she was having fight with her mother till she died.
Mm.
So she was used to tell me that take care of my mother because she cannot even let me die peacefully. So these two incidents was so impactful for the hospital, and I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. I had many, many, many more experiences with the patient. Another one I want to share is I was visiting this patient, and this patient, the nurses used to tell me that who is dying, who is this and those, because the nurses knew that I will go and visit them and talk to them and the family member. So the nurses knew where I'm coming from the prayer point of view. So they used to call me prayer lady. I will sit with them if they ask me to do prayer with them or pray with them or pray for them. So I will do that. So this patient room I visited, it was nothing on the wall. Usually they have cards for the patient or flower for the patient, depending what type of room they have. Because some patient, you cannot send flowers to them because of the smell, of the allergy or something. So this room was so blank, completely blank. And one lady, this was a lady, and the nurse told me that she is going to die soon. She's in the hospice care, and her husband or some family member was sitting there. So I visited her that day, and I'm feeling sad that she does not have any card or any flower, and she is going to die. So I don't know. So I'm just praying, that I don't know if I can help something. And that day we had another lunch festival or something for the volunteers. So I went downstairs, very nice, elegant luncheon for the volunteers, and they have flower arrangements, big flower arrangement, couple of table for the drawing. They give you the number, and if that your number comes, you win that flower arrangement. So when I got the ticket, I'm in my mind, I'm saying to myself that I hope I win a nice flower arrangement so I can give it. I can go to that room and give it to her. And again, how universe work is beyond our imagination. So after the lunch was done, they did the drawing and my number came. And I got that flower arrangement. I just ran to that room to give her the flower. So as soon as I entered the room was empty. So I asked what happened to this patient. I just visited her an hour ago, and the nurse said she just passed.
Mm.
But I felt this person's presence in the hall with this lady.
Mm.
And I have so many other patients' story, and I know for sure because when we were praying with my mom and dad when we were little, my mom always said that when you pray, always ask, whatever job is given to me as a soul, let me finish that job. And we always said that let me finish that job. And same thing, my both kids, my both son knows that when I pray with them, like do satsang, I always say that guide me, protect me, love me, help me, and show me the path so I can finish the job I came here for. So this was my ritual all my life. So universe, got everything together. They created a job for me because I don't have like a degree from there, but I went to the Harvard to get all this certificates after that. So they created a job for me, and I taught there almost 11-12 years before the COVID came. So after COVID, they stopped the classes, but in the county I've been still teaching for last 14-15 years, and they also created a job to work with patients. So now I do my dream job. I love what I do. I teach meditation. I teach other exercises. I do workshops. I do private sessions, and I do, presentation like I think 4 times, I think in IENTS. And I do spiritual counseling as a volunteer for the IENTS. So I see like people who they take appointments and then come and see you. So again, nothing is written down for me, no notes, nothing. I speak from my heart. I speak from my own experience, what helps me. It can maybe help other people. And in my meditation class, lot of people have experiences. So I know for sure we are all one as a soul. We are all connected. We are wearing a different outfit, but with the sole purpose is to help the humanity, what Catherine is doing. So bravo to you guys, all of you who is doing the podcast and this kind of work, because I can do whatever I can do because I'm not in technology. So something goes wrong in technology, I'm just sitting down. I have no idea how to fix it. So people ask me, do you have a website? No. Have you written books? No. Do you have any other stuff? I said, no, I have nothing. So they said, when I go and present myself, they said, what equipment do you need? I said, nothing. Just me. I'm going to just talk. That's all. So we presented in IENTS last year after death communication. And I have one more story about my mom, which is like a physical evidence. I have many, but this one is like we presented in IENTS. So there was one question in IENT conference in after death communication that have you ever had any experience which can you can verify like concretely that this is real. So this is not like a hallucination or just make believe or imagine or whatever. It's something concrete, so you can show us anything. So, and I did not plan to do that. I thought, because a lot of stuff is so sacred, I don't like to share. But this one particular, I think my mom is behind everything. So, and I think mothers are do not leave you alone till you finish your job. So I was sitting with this experience for 22 years, never talked about it. So after the conference was done, I literally told my mom that my job is done. So do not bother me now because I am not, I don't like to talk in publicly about this stuff. But because of the IN, because of Catherine, this kind of group, we can easily talk about this time stuff. So this one, the story I shared in IN conference is what happened. 2008, I started a volunteer work. So every year in my garden, in our garden, we change flowers, seasonal flowers, summertime. So every year it has been changed. So particular that year, when I started my volunteer works, I did not realize that time. And I saw probably March and April, the whole yard where we put the flower is all empty, is all mulch. And I see small seedling everywhere, like small, tiny plants everywhere. And I'm asking my husband and myself in awe that what is this coming? We never plant anything, yet, because we're going to plant it in March, April, or May. So I was curious. I said, "Okay, I'm going to let it grow. What is that?" So whole yard, after 2 months is filled with that velvet flower. I hope you guys know it looks like a velvet, but there is a botanical name. It's a velvet, all different colors like orange, magenta, red, yellow. And I can send picture to you later on. So I saw all the velvet colors, all the flowers, and I'm on my office and I'm looking at the big window from that. And my mother was fond of flowers and she was fond of velvet. She loved velvet flower. She loved velvet fabric because whenever she come to this country, she will always buy, fabric, velvet from the fabric store, Joanne Fabrics. So the thing is like they show you the proof. That's the beauty of it. So I'm looking at the flower, nothing crossed my mind. I'm just looking in awe. I said, oh my goodness, since I started this volunteer, all this volunteer flower came, it's like a blessing to me, right? So I'm appreciating the flower. All of a sudden, again, I can hear literally her voice in my mind. In Hindi, she said, "मैंने तेरा घर फूलों से भर दिया," meaning I filled your garden with flowers because she loved flower and I love flowers. And when I heard, then again I'm getting goosebumps and I'm looking. I said, "Oh my goodness, this is velvet flower. You love velvet." And guess what? When they came in 1997, when I told her all my, grudges and everything, we put that flower that year.
Ah,
11 years later, it came back.
oh, wow.
Same flower. That is the beauty of proof that you cannot comprehend. And
Yeah.
since then, those flower comes every year.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
They are hardy flowers. So I have so many stories. Just, literally I can write book, but I'm so lazy. I cannot type fast enough. So I don't do that. But it's amazing how universe work, the support we get from the other side. We can call it God, we can call it divine, we can call higher self, does not matter, but is amazing help. We always been guided and we always being helped if we are open to it. So
That's,
that's the beauty of it. And I'm always grateful for every experience I have.
wow. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing about your journey. And there's so many things that you said. But the thing that keeps popping in my head, like you have so many beautiful stories, and it would be wonderful if one day you could write them down or do something with them, put them all together in some kind of a book. There are ways to do that. You can use voice technology to have it type it out for you. You don't even have to type it. You can do it through voice.
But you
And
have to have software, right?
yeah, but it's pretty simple. But I can talk to you about that another time. But yeah, if that's something that you would ever want to do. Um, When you shared about your journey, you had mentioned that you always knew that you were going to be traveling, like you were going to live somewhere else. In like when even when you were a little girl, you had that knowing. That stuck out with me that you kind of had these premonitions or knowings, right, within yourself at an early age. And the other thing, when your mom was dying, and she was so afraid of death, but yet you had this memory that flooded back to you about the conversation you had with her at age 16, where she was telling you what to do when she was dying. So it's almost like your mom had a premonition of her dying because you were upset during her dying process. And that helped you to then get back into, get in line and do what needed to be done. So I wonder if your mom had some of this too, but really didn't know. You know what I mean? Like she was more intuitive than she realized. And to have that conversation with you, even though she was so afraid of death, that really jumped out at me. So let's see what else did I write down.
Yeah, I always had premonition.
Yeah.
Like one incident, my son is in medical school. I was working full time as a graphic designer, and all of a sudden, 3 o'clock, I'm feeling very sad. And I was telling my coworker that something is going to happen today. I don't know what, but I'm feeling very sad.
Mm,
So I came back home, and my son usually call every night, when he was in medical school. That day he did not call. So I called him probably like 11 o'clock, and he said, I'm in ER. So I said, what happened? He busted his head playing flag football with his friends. So he got 10 stitches inside and 10, 12 stitches outside. So
wow.
I had the premonition that, I was feeling sad that something is going to happen.
Yeah.
So it happened many times. So I think everybody, we all have it, but I pay attention and I follow it.
Right. Right.
That's the only difference.
Yeah. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about, if you don't mind, you said there were three things. It was like a prayer that I think you said your mom taught you when you were younger. Guide me, show me, help me, let me finish the job. Were those the four
Right.
things? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
love
my
that.
father also, my father and mother both, because my father said only one word. He said, have faith, trust life, no
Okay.
matter what.
Wow. Wow. Very strong influences you had
Yes.
in younger years. Beautiful. And I love how everything just opened up for you. Like as soon as you paid attention and were doing what you were guided to do in the hospital, you just knew you wanted to work with patients.
One thing I forget to tell you, forgiveness plays a huge role.
Hmm.
So I never forgave my mother because, I had the issue that she never loved me.
Oh.
That's how the INs I found. So even I was dealing with their grief because they both died. My father died after 7 months.
Hmm.
So 2002, my mom died. 2003, my dad died. So I was in grieving process for 7, 8 years. So one day I was watching this video by like it popped up on my YouTube, Hello from Heaven. And when I saw that, because Bill Guggenheim wrote chapter from 1 to 12 about ADC, which I didn't know. And I had those experience chapter 1 through 10. So I was in so much awe. I emailed him and he called me back and he said, this is for you. This is not for anybody. So don't try to convince anybody.
Yeah.
But what happened when I came back, after my mom's death, I felt something sucked out from my belly because I think when you lose mom, it's totally different feeling. Like I literally felt like an orphan when my mom and dad died. So that particular day during meditation, when I felt that pain, then I realized that I lost her when I was 42. And if I cannot even function at age 42, my both grades were grown. One was in college, one in ninth grade. That made me realize then when she had me and she lost her mother, and they never told her because she was pregnant or something they did very sad, which was very hard for process her during the pregnancy. They told me that day, it made me realize that I was so selfish about just me. I never realized what her pain was. So when I felt her pain, I literally said, I forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
And Eckhart Tolle, I think everybody knows about him. Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now. I'm a big fan of him. The New Earth. My article got published in his newsletter.
Oh, wonderful.
Same day my mother died.
Oh, wow.
I'm getting all chill all over. I knew that was a sign from my mom that she knew that's the power of forgiveness. Then
Yeah.
whole thing started to open up.
Yeah.
I met Oprah, which is, my dream to
Ah,
meet Oprah literally. And I told her what I do. I met like 14 more super soul guests Oprah had. So it is beyond our imagination how much universe support us when the universe know what is my intention behind that thought.
mm, it's beautiful how supported we are by the universe.
Yes.
Yeah, and we have endless help when we listen and plug into that. So, all right, I want to open it up to anybody that would like to ask Purnima anything, or if you have any insights or feedback, anything you'd like to say, just raise your hand and I'll spotlight you and bring you in. All right, we have a quiet group today. Let's see. I'm just checking to see if anybody wants to say anything. All right. So I just want to see if there's anything else that I checked off here. I wrote a whole bunch of stuff down. All right. And I love the story about the gentleman with the job that you helped him get that job. It was, yeah, that's
It make my husband head spin.
yeah. Does your husband believe now? Does he really, is he more?
None of them are interested. They
Yeah,
all know about my story,
yeah,
but none of them. One is a scientist, one is a doctor. He was in finance, but they all know. But none of them, because I given like 8, 9 interviews, but none of them watched it because they have no interest. Because I think when you say after death, a
yeah.
lot of people get scared word death.
Yes, yes, exactly.
It just pulls you back. That I don't want to hear it.
Right. Well, they're on their own path, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody has a job. Everybody's here to do something, right? And
Yeah,
they're doing what they're here to do. So
ex- exactly.
you're doing what you're here to do, which
Yeah.
is wonderful and beautiful. All right, I see Maria has her hand up. Maria?
Yes, I just wanted to, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Purnima, yes.
Purnima. I hope I have somebody around me like you when my time comes because you're strong and you're kind. I think the people were very lucky to have you. And I like the fact that you didn't let your husband poo-poo you too much, okay? Because um, that's a tribute to your strength. Thank you. I loved
Oh,
your story.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you kept at it. That was great. That was great. And then the universe opened up even more opportunities for you. And
Right.
beautiful, you know. So, what else did I wanted to say something earlier, but I forgot what I was going to say. So, anybody else want to say anything to Purnima?
Yeah, we are all scared of death, but I'm not dead yet, so I don't know the for sure. But nobody dies alone. That's why I hear everybody have somebody to come to because I just lost my sister a week ago. I
Mm.
just lost my own sister. She was like a mother figure for me. And she came to me literally. She
Wow.
came, I was weeping so much for continuous like 2 days. And then literally saw her coming to me and wiped my tears, and she said, Romat, don't cry.
Aw.
And after that, I'm doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, she's happy. She's so happy where she is. And they just want us to know that they're still with us. We're always connected to them. And what I've learned on my journey is anytime I talk to my loved ones, like my grandpa, he hears me right away. It doesn't matter how many years have gone by. If I tune into him, boom, he hears me. And he lets me know in some way that he hears me.
Yeah.
We're always connected to them. All
Yeah, I
right.
saw her hand, right, Rosa Maria?
Rosemary. Yep. Hi, Rosemary.
She
Or
went into the chat and said thank you.
oh, okay.
So
I didn't
maybe
see
that's
that.
what she was trying to say. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you. All right. So, Purnima, do you have any last minute things that you want to share with us at the
Uh,
end, like to end your talk today? Any anything that comes to mind?
because I had many near death experience, and I didn't know a lot of them, but again, some of the patients, some of the people in my class, some of them is like friend, and some of them I literally don't know much, but literally for the protection. Not this time. Sometimes they come, and I literally have to tell them that, I don't want that energy,
Mhm.
because I teach, so I see like 30 to 50 people Monday through Wednesday. And this lady, very nice lady, she always come to my class, and all of a sudden, she passed. She came to my class Tuesday, Thursday she passed.
Mhm.
So I was in shock that, so she has a massive heart attack. But I felt her energy next day, but I
Oh,
got scared. So
oh.
when I get scared, I know what, I don't know how to explain it, but I know this is not for good for me. So I
Mhm.
literally have to tell them that, you know, uh, I don't want this, please leave. I just say, please leave. And they do leave you. Because
Okay.
some people are very much, I feel energy from people, everybody. I think everybody does, but I am not, I cannot say I'm sensitive, because we all are. You can sense people.
Mhm.
And my gift is, I don't know, maybe I cultivated it from my dad. I felt people's energy. So when I do my class, I know if somebody's dealing with something. So couple of times I'm sitting in a circle, and I'm all of a sudden feeling very tightness in my chest area. So after the class, I usually ask people that if they have any question, they want to share anything. And that person was brand new, so I had nothing, I didn't know anything about that person. So after the class was ended, she came to me. She said, what you said in the class is resonate with me. And she said, I'm very sorry to give you uh, pain. I said, you did not give me the pain, I feel it. And
Right.
she told me that her husband passed away
Mhm.
with accident. So that's why I said we are all connected.
Yeah.
Every one of us. We think, it start from head and end at toe. It does not work that way. We are all connected. We are always helping each other. We are always, and my mother was a teacher. So I used to tell my mom that I will become anybody but teacher. I said I will do anything in life, but not to teach, because she was a teacher and she was very strict teacher. So it's just, that's amazing how, you know now she's laughing somewhere that, what are you, ha ha, what are you doing now?
Yeah. Isn't that funny? Never say never, right?
That's right. And
Well,
I think mothers are always right.
yeah, that's right. They can be for sure. So I love the programs that opened up for you at the hospital. Sounds like a wonderful, wonderful thing for for the patients to experience. And maybe that'll spread. Maybe other hospitals will hear about it and then they'll start them up
Yeah,
again.
I don't want to travel. I'm very particular about my energy. So actually, I was going to the Northern Fairfax Hospital for the cancer program, but it was taking me 2 hours for the traffic.
Mhm.
So I did it for like 6 months, and then I stopped because I like to serve where I live.
Right.
So it's much easier for me, and I need to take care of me so I can take care of the class. But I love doing private session. I love when people are just like you ask me to come to Zoom and talk. So I love that, and thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming and sharing your journey with us and sharing who you are and what you do in the world and how many of these things unfolded for you. So I just want to say again, thank you, Purnima. It was such a blessing having you here today.
Yeah, and thank you all, each and every one of you. If I don't see you, but I thank you, each and every one of you.
Thank you.
too. It was excellent. Thank you.
Okay,
Everybody, see you next week. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.